Welcome back to Fiercely Unfiltered. I'm your host, Kelly Renee. And last week's episode was a little heavy. I'm still thinking about it. And for people with EB, the pain they're going through is visible. We can see it. We can see it through every one of their wounds, every bandage they have on. But for some of us, we're living in pain that you can't see from the outside, that isn't visible to other people. The pain of feeling like your body's failing you. The pain that starts younger than we want to believe it starts. I was in 5th grade, I think it was, when my first realization came that not everyone's the same. Not everyone's going to develop at the same time, get to do things at the same time. It was in 5th grade when girls start shaving their legs. That's the first time anything with society or norms came up for me that I remember. And I was able to shave my legs, but I had friends that weren't allowed to. And they were called gorilla legs by boys and girls. And it was just sad because, again, this was a decision that parents were making for their kids out of their beliefs, how they grew up, how they thought their kid should be. And unfortunately, the protection of their parents caused them to be made fun of and the target at school. And I realized that it's not just girls that go through this. Girls have to go through puberty, boobs, periods, all that stuff. And that's something else in itself. I didn't start my period till I was 16. I didn't get my boobs till after everybody else. I think I was shorter than all of my friends until a sophomore, I believe it was. And I sprouted. And then I was taller than most of them. So your body just doesn't always do the things you want it to on the time frame you want it to. And as females, it's hard, but I didn't have daughters. I had 2 sons. And it was as a parent that I realized that boys have to go through some difficult stuff too. It was my son, he was a football player. It was my oldest son, but he also had skin issues. And when football season wasn't going on, he can get his skin under control. He wouldn't have breakouts as much. But as soon as football would start, it would be full on acne, painful ones too. And we'd go to the doctor, the dermatologist would give him stuff to do, and it would work until football would come up. And he'd be in 100-degree weather with a helmet on practicing. And he loved football and he was really good at it. And as a parent, just like the girls shaving, he won't ask me about Accutane. And through my fear of me hearing everything bad about it, I made him wait. I made him go through every other thing the dermatologist could give him before he went to that as the solution. It's probably a little over a year that I made him deal with other things before I let him do Accutane, because it wasn't a solution that it worked for everybody. So he did everything he was supposed to. He wasn't being lazy. He didn't have acne because he wasn't washing his face. It was just something he had to deal with. And I never had to deal with that growing up, but I could feel the pain in his eyes. I understood what it was like to feel like your body isn't cooperating with you, that it's making your life harder, that you just want it to cooperate and do what you need it to do. So we eventually let him get the Accutane and it worked for him. But I still have guilt about, did I let my fears make me make a decision for my son that hurt him, that caused him to hide for a year, that caused him to not want to be seen? Because I know how that feels. Like I said, I started puberty late. I didn't have boobs till I was 16. But when I got them, I had small boobs, but I was happy with them because at least I got them. So you kind of get happy with what you have and you learn to deal with that. But it's just sad how in society, your confidence is shaken before you even know what confidence is. It starts in 5th grade for females and it never ends. You're always comparing yourself to other people. You're always wondering why I don't have that and why they have it. It's sad that we always want what we don't have. People with big boobs want little boobs. Tall people wishes they were shorter. People with thin hair wish they had thick hair. You just don't understand who you are, understand exactly what you want. Like for people who are growing up young, you don't know a lot about yourself at that point. So to make it through life and to not be happy with yourself so young is sad. They say 90% of females in the world are unhappy and wishes they could change something about their body. And girls as young as 9 years old have confidence and self-body issues. And it's sad because I was one of those females that developed late, but I have friends that have females who develop very young. And it's crazy how girls who have boobs don't want them. They don't want the attention from the boys when they're younger. They don't even understand their bodies enough to understand the attention they're getting from boys. But then the girls that don't have the boobs are at home crying, doing things like exercises that they learned will help you make your boobs grow, which is silly because it's not exercises that make your boobs grow. But it's sad how we're never happy with ourselves, that it really takes us into adulthood to be happy with ourselves. And sometimes people who aren't happy with themselves numb themselves through drugs and other stuff like that. And other people lean to surgeries or procedures to make them more confident with themselves. And whatever confidence you need to make yourself feel better, that's on you. It's no one else's decision. You're the one who has to live with yourself. And they say a lot of people who aren't happy with themselves, it leads to depression. It leads to suicidal thoughts. It leads to a lot of problems. And let me tell you, I'm in my late 40s. I am happy with myself now. I never understood how to be happy with myself, I guess, in a way. I always was chasing things to make me feel normal, make me fit in. But I've learned that when you stop trying to be normal and you just start trying to be yourself, that's when you're not depressed anymore. It's not about being happy with every inch of your body and who you are 100%. It's about showing up every day for yourself, no matter what, because you know you're worth it. You know you're worth it, even though you know sometimes you make mistakes. You're not the best you could be. And I still get these thoughts that I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. But at my age, I know how to combat them. I know how to not listen to them. I know how to process the thoughts that I want to process and the ones that I shouldn't. Not today, Satan. Not today. I say that a lot because those thoughts I think about, that I'm not good enough, that I can't do something I want to do, those aren't positive thoughts that I even need to process. So I don't. I just think I'm badass. If it's going to be, why not me? I can do anything I put my mind to. God made me how I am for a reason. I'm not going to try and be different to fit in. I'm not going to try and shrink myself so other people are comfortable. And I wish this is a class they taught in school: self-confidence, comparison, and being happy with the body you live in, because your body changes so much through the years. I know I was always happy with myself to a certain extent. And then once you have children and you get older and your body starts to take away from you and you have to give back to your body to even keep it where it is, it gets harder. So I just wish I would have enjoyed my seasons more, understand that being awkward and feeling like you don't fit in is a part of childhood and it's a part of growing up. But the sad part is that there's a lot of people who make fun of you along that journey and make it harder. And you don't really understand the impact you're having on other people until you see the pain in your own kids' eyes through stuff that they're enduring that maybe you did as a kid. Maybe you made fun of someone who had that acne, or made fun of someone because they didn't have their boobs at 15, or you felt different because you started your period late after everyone else and you felt like your body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do when it was supposed to do, and it was making your life harder. Just know that your life doesn't begin till you're out of high school. Those are the easiest times in life. Enjoy them. Hang out with your friends. Don't try and grow up. Lean into being different. Lean into what makes you unique. If people say, I've never met anyone like you, take it as a compliment. Don't sit there and read into it and say, what do they mean by that? I don't understand. Who fucking cares? As long as you like yourself, that's all that matters. And if you're not confident today, all you need to do is start showing up for yourself, doing all the things you promised yourself you want to do. Be the person that you imagined you'd always be. You're standing in the way of that. No one else. Your self-doubt is the one stopping you. Because anybody who's criticizing you, like they said, no one's going to make fun of you who's doing better than you, who's happy. So the people that are criticizing you, they have their own issues. So just don't take it to heart. Don't take anything personal. I mean, it is freedom not taking stuff personal. Like, I have more confidence now than I've ever had because I do everything I say I'm going to do. And you know, what's crazy is I have people who talk shit about me because of my confidence. Like, she's selfish, that she takes care of herself like she does. So you know what? Like, be happy with your fucking self. Don't care what other people say because these people don't give a fuck about you. All they're going to do is, if you're not healthy, they're going to make fun of you because you aren't. If you are healthy and taking care of yourself, then you're selfish because you are. So just know, grow up believing in yourself, believing what you think about yourself. Don't worry about other people's opinions. You're never going to be like everyone else. God created us all different for reasons. So lean into your superpowers. Lean into who you are and be the best person you can be. And just don't make fun of other people for stuff they can't control. And it's crazy. It's because the stuff that I look at parents when I was growing up and the things I think they did wrong, I did wrong in just different ways. Like not letting your daughter shave her legs when she should have been able to, not letting my son get Accutane when he should have, and waiting a year so he had to deal with that longer than he should have. There's just so many decisions that parents make that affect their kids' confidence. And all they think is they're doing out of love. And most of the time they are. But you got to understand where they're coming from. And a lot of the time, that understanding doesn't come till after the fact. Like everything's in hindsight easier to understand. So just stand by your values. Don't always think you have the answers with your kids. Listen to them. Understand that there's other kids in their circle that's making their life harder. And you can't always protect them from that. But you can help them not being a target by not stopping them from growing or stopping them from taking the path they should take. So this episode, I didn't want to talk about adulthood and surgeries and what we do to feel better and to fix the problems about how we feel. I wanted this episode to be about how the feelings that we feel, how everybody feels different. Everyone feels like they don't belong. Everyone's unhappy with something about themselves. And you just got to understand that, like they say, if everyone took all their problems and threw them in a pile, you'd go in there and you'd want your problems back. Because other people's problems, like the people with EB who can't even walk without being in pain or eat without being in pain, for other people to have pain that isn't visible, that isn't physically painful every day, but still emotionally painful. Sometimes that pain is enough for those people to take their own lives. So it's hard to compare pain. But how I always get through pain is I always think there's someone who has it worse than me. And I'm grateful for my struggles because I don't want other people's struggles. A lot of people have way worse struggles than me, even though I've been through a lot. I wouldn't pick other people's problems over mine. I'm happy with my struggles. I made it through my hardest days so far, and I know I can make it through more. So I don't know if I made a lot of sense in this episode or not, but I just wanted to say that life's hard, and it's hard from the time you are born until the time you fucking die. And it's just about the seasons and what you do with them, and about getting back up when you get knocked down. Because that's all you can do is control what you can control. Control your attitude, how you treat others. That's what life is about. Emotional intelligence, not trying to bring other people down, but instead try and bring people up. Try and make this world a little bit kinder if you can, because fucking life's hard. It's really fucking hard. And you never know what someone's going through. And you could be the person that makes their day or breaks them in that day. And I want to be someone who people remember for being kind, not being judgmental, and trying to understand everybody's seasons and the reasons why they do something without judgment. Because we're all different and we're all chosen to be on different paths, and that's okay. We all just need to live in peace and let everyone go about their lives and be happy. And that's all we should do.